Morning, Bevan. Okay, so hopefully you can see what's going on here. You can see that there's quite a bit of oil on the sides and everything, but the only place there isn't is right down the middle. There is oil in there, but you can see that there's oil on the sides here, and there's nothing past a certain point in the middle. So we did fix the ability for the oil filter area to hold oil, but what's happening is, so basically down the very middle, that's the supply to the high pressure oil pump reservoir, and also the rest of the engine. So what's happening is it's leaking down internally, and because it is having trouble starting, or it starts up, it's probably having a little bit of oil still left in there overnight, but because I did notice it still has a slight improvement since we did this, but it's still not fixed. But either way, it looks to me that the channel that's machined into the engine is got a hole in it, and that unfortunately is very hard to detect. Normally would have come up under the air test, but it is not, and that's why I checked it, because I know that will solve a lot of things. But in this case, it's not showing up under the air testing, and but I believe it's leaking down, and then the high pressure oil pump is still starving, and it stalls until it builds up enough volume of oil so it can start feeding the high pressure oil pump, and then it can start and maintain. And that's such a slow leak that it happens overnight. So despite all the diagnostics that we had to go through, it's like we fixed multiple things and were all necessary to come to the conclusion, but it's very annoying that the normal way of testing had not shown this. But this is the best I have to say that it's the high pressure oil pump at this point. But it's a very odd failure. Again, it's not the norm, but it's a very slow leak down, and you could just kind of tell that clearly in the middle, that's where oil has dropped down to past a minimum point, and everything else is still wet. So anyways, yeah. So unfortunately, I believe that the high pressure oil pump something is wrong with it, whether it's an internal leak that's leaking down overnight, or there's the low pressure channel, because there's a little bearing on the side of these high pressure pumps that falls out. But normally, if that was the case, it's a very large leak, and it will come up under air testing. But in this case, I don't think it's that extreme. I think it's a very small leak. But either way, that's what I got. Okay, thanks.